In this one, we are taking a look at a penny stock which has been receiving a lot of attention over the past month. Now, of course, a lot of you guys have been asking me to look at a lot of different penny stocks in the past few weeks, and personally, guys, I am working around to every single one that I can, but please do bear with me as it does take time. But in this one, we are looking at SANP on the OTC markets, and where this one could potentially go in the future, and whether you should or should not buy it. Well, of course, I am not a financial advisor, so it is recommended that you do your own research and formulate your own opinions, but if you might enjoy hearing mine, make sure to leave a like on this video and of course subscribe to the channel. Now that I've said that though, let's jump into this episode. Right then, so first thing that I want to take a quick look at is how SANP has been moving in the past month. Well, initially we had this hype taking us off the ground, seeing big increases in price. Now we can see we hit highs of around 3 cents, but actually coming down now, we are back down to the 1 cent range. So of course things have moved quite a lot in that time period. We can see now we are pretty much where we were only a few days ago on the 18th, and you could be asking yourself, is it the time to buy or should you avoid? Well, of course in this one we're having a look at what the company does first, and then of course giving my personal opinions towards the end. So of course first thing that I want to have a quick look at is OTC markets, and of course looking at otcmarkets.com we can see a description of what the company does right here. According to OTC markets, they have many different functions, but one of the main ones that I want to focus on at the minute is of course their blockchain part. We can see offices are in Ho Chi Minh City, which is in Vietnam, but yeah, obviously we can see that they work in the blockchain sector. I think this is going to be an interesting thing going forwards. So of course that is quite an important thing to note, as a lot of blockchain stocks have been receiving a lot of hype recently, and it is one of the more hyped up sectors of the stock market. Now we're not going to have an in-depth look at what blockchain is, but if you want to have a quick pause on this video and read this off of Google, you can see right here. I think it is an interesting market sector, as we have talked about before, but we're not going to dive too deeply into that. So of course now we've had a quick look at what they do, we're going to have another more in-depth look on their actual website talking about what they do. So of course their website is sanp.us, and of course SANP, same name as their stock symbol, so that is interesting, you could say, obviously kind of directing people who know about the stock directly to their website, so that is quite interesting to see, to be honest. But yeah, we can see some of their main things that they do. So of course blockchain tech, as we have just spoke about. We also have their OTC markets where they publicly trade shares, as we know. They apparently have stalking pools, which you can read about yourself, and of course acquisitions. Now this is an interesting factor to me, because of course acquiring companies is potentially something which could help them to grow going forwards and could see a big increase in price for this company. Now I think that could definitely pay off for them long term. I think this stock does have some positive things going for it. Now of course there are still some downsides to this company. Looking at otcmarkets.com, we can see this stop symbol here, which talks about the fact there are some factors in this business which don't actually provide as much information as they would like to see. So we can see, just reading off screen, basically pink, no information companies may not be willing to provide or basically disclose some information to the public markets. So of course that might be a bad thing, and it could definitely be a red flag, as people have said in previous videos and of course the previous comment sections. I completely do agree with that one, and I can see why that could definitely be a bad thing. So it's definitely important that you do tread cautiously with that, as of course it could have a negative effect on the company from a PR perspective and of course other things going forwards. So that is a major red flag in my opinion, which you should be aware of. So please do make sure to do your own research and subsequently formulate your own opinions specifically on that factor as well. But yeah guys, talking about this stock into the next few weeks, I think right now we're in a much better position than we were only a few days ago. Now we are down a bit, and of course a lot of the market is down in the past 5 days, so it does make sense. But realistically guys, where we are right now, we are kind of looking like we are coming to an end of that sell-off, and that could definitely put us in a fantastic position. I think this one does have a lot of potential. I think this one will probably have a lot of hype around it, and of course right now it is not one of the more hyped up stocks in its industry. I think it does have potential to see the share price continue to grow into the future. Is it a buy? Honestly, I think it does carry quite a lot of risk with it. That's not necessarily a bad thing if you do believe in the company. I think it could be a fantastic buy, but personally, if I was going to be buying this company, I would not buy too many shares of this one. I would maybe buy only as many as I'm willing to lose, of course, if the stock price was to decrease in price, as we just don't know for sure where this one is going. So definitely, guys, this is a speculative play, and of course that needs to be made aware of, especially with this one, but I think it does have some potential going forwards into the future. The stock could see a big increase, as right now not as many people are aware of it as possibly should be. I think going forwards into the next year or so, we definitely could see this stock increase in price by a significant amount. And of course, if you do want to see an even more in-depth video on this one, I can absolutely make that for you in the future. I just thought I'd give you a quick update because somebody did ask me to have a look at this stock, so there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.